There was something about BTS Baltimore Day 1 that made it almost impossible for fans to look away from the stage. It wasn't just the spectacular performance. It wasn't just the incredible energy coming from ARMY throughout the venue. It was the series of small, heartwarming moments between Jimin and Jungkook that caught everyone's attention. A brief smile, a quick glance, a spontaneous reaction, a moment of standing close together on stage. Some of these moments lasted only a few seconds. But somehow, those few seconds became some of the moments fans wanted to watch again and again. And the more closely fans looked, the more little details they noticed. This is the story of some of Jimin and Jungkook's sweetest moments during BTS Baltimore Day 1. Baltimore Day 1 was already shaping up to be an unforgettable night for BTS fans. Long before the concert began, ARMY had filled the area around the venue with excitement. The lights, the chants, the screams, and the anticipation created an atmosphere that was almost impossible to describe. Then BTS finally appeared on stage, and the entire venue erupted. The members immediately brought their energy to the audience. But in the middle of such a massive performance, it was some of the smallest interactions that caught the attention of fans. Jimin and Jungkook. The two members have shared countless memorable moments throughout BTS's journey. But what made their Baltimore moments particularly interesting was how natural some of their interactions appeared. Nothing seemed forced. Nothing required a long conversation. Sometimes all it took was a smile, a glance, or a small reaction when they happened to be standing near each other on stage. And for ARMY, moments like that were more than enough to create memories worth talking about after the concert ended. There is something special about watching two performers who have spent so many years sharing the same stage. They don't always need words to communicate. Sometimes a simple movement or reaction is enough. That was part of what made Jimin and Jungkook's interactions in Baltimore so enjoyable to watch. Whenever the two appeared close together, fans naturally started paying attention. Not necessarily because they were trying to steal the spotlight, but because their reactions toward each other often felt spontaneous. Jimin with his expressive personality, Jungkook with his naturally energetic reactions. And whenever they responded to each other, fans immediately noticed. This is one of the reasons BTS concert clips can become so popular online. A moment that lasts only a few seconds during a live performance can suddenly be replayed thousands of times. Fans watch it again, then again, sometimes in slow motion, sometimes from another camera angle. And every replay can reveal another tiny detail that wasn't noticed the first time. One of the simplest but most powerful parts of any performance is expression. And smiles are often the first thing fans notice. During several moments when Jimin and Jungkook were together on stage, their expressions became one of the details that made fans smile. Jimin appeared to be enjoying the atmosphere. Jungkook also looked comfortable with the energy coming from the crowd. When they reacted to each other, the atmosphere felt light and playful. Nothing overly dramatic. Nothing that needed to be explained. Just two BTS members enjoying their time on stage. And perhaps that simplicity is exactly what made the moments feel special. For ARMY who have followed BTS for years, small interactions like these can bring back a sense of nostalgia. Fans aren't simply watching two idols standing next to each other. They are watching two people who have shared an incredibly long journey together. From the early days of BTS to some of the biggest stages in the world. And maybe that is why a simple smile can carry so much emotional weight for fans. Jimin and Jungkook have spent years as members of BTS. Throughout that time, fans have seen countless moments of them together. During rehearsals, backstage, in BTS content, and on concert stages around the world. Because of that long history, their interactions on stage can feel very natural. They understand each other's rhythm. They are familiar with each other's movements. They know each other's energy. And they are used to responding spontaneously. That can feel very different from an interaction that exists only for the camera. Sometimes, the moments that happen when neither member appears to be intentionally seeking attention can become the moments fans find most interesting. And Baltimore Day once again gave fans plenty to notice. But the attention didn't stop when the concert ended. Once the lights went down, clips from the performance began appearing online. Fancams started circulating. Fans began sharing their favorite moments. And people started noticing details they may have missed while watching the concert live. A movement, a reaction, a smile, or simply a moment when Jimin and Jungkook happened to be standing close together on one part of the stage. This is something that happens after major BTS performances. Fans inside the venue may only see a particular moment for a few seconds. But once that moment is captured on video, people around the world can watch it again. They can pause it, replay it, watch it from different angles, and suddenly, a tiny moment becomes one of the highlights of the night. But there is something important about these moments. It isn't simply about Jimin and Jungkook being close together. It is about what their interactions add to a live performance. On stage, BTS are not simply performing songs from beginning to end. They are creating an experience. There is energy. There is spontaneity. There is humor. There are silent reactions. And there are moments that cannot always be planned. Jimin and Jungkook appeared to simply enjoy those moments in their own way. And for the audience, watching them smile and have fun became part of the concert experience. That is what can make a performance feel truly alive. There are moments during a concert when the atmosphere becomes slightly more relaxed. These are often the moments when interactions between members become more spontaneous. The focus is no longer only on choreography. It isn't just about hitting every position on stage. Instead, natural reactions begin to appear. And when Jimin and Jungkook were in those situations, their chemistry once again caught the attention of fans. There was a sense of comfort in the way they interacted. Of course, fans don't need to assign an exaggerated meaning to every single movement. Sometimes, a moment can simply be enjoyable for what it is. Two longtime bandmates smiling, sharing a laugh, reacting to each other, and enjoying the stage together. That may be exactly what fans love about these moments. Why can a simple smile or a few seconds of interaction become such a huge talking point? Perhaps the answer lies in BTS's journey itself. ARMY have watched the members grow together. They have watched them move through different musical eras, travel around the world, perform countless concerts, face difficult periods, and eventually return to massive stages in front of fans from different countries. Because of that history, moments of togetherness between the members can carry a special emotional feeling. When Jimin and Jungkook share a smile on stage in Baltimore, fans aren't only seeing what is happening in that particular second. They are also remembering the journey that brought them to that stage. And perhaps that is why a simple moment can feel so much bigger. A concert may officially end when the lights come back on. But for fans, the experience often continues long after everyone leaves the venue. Videos are shared. Photos are uploaded. Fans discuss their favorite moments. Everyone has a different memory that stays with them. For some, it might be a particular solo performance. For others, it might be a group interaction. But for many fans, Jimin and Jungkook's moments together became one of the reasons to revisit the footage. Because no matter how enormous the stage is, sometimes the moments people remember most are the smallest ones. Something spontaneous, something unexpected, something that doesn't need special effects. Imagine a massive concert venue filled with thousands of fans. The lights are shining. The music is loud. Everyone is focused on the stage. And then, for just a few seconds, Jimin and Jungkook appear together in the same frame. A small interaction happens. A smile appears. The crowd reacts. The camera captures it. And hours later, that moment becomes a clip that fans replay over and over again. That is the power of a spontaneous moment. It doesn't have to last long to leave an impression. In fact, perhaps the fact that it was so brief is what makes fans want to see it again. And again, until they realize something. That tiny interaction has become one of the sweetest memories from Baltimore Day 1. Jimin and Jungkook also bring different qualities to the stage. Jimin is known for his expressive performance style and attention to detail. Jungkook often brings a powerful and spontaneous energy. When those two energies come together on the same stage, the contrast can create something very entertaining to watch. They can look completely focused during a performance. Then only seconds later, a spontaneous reaction can change the atmosphere. Those unexpected moments often become fan favorites. Baltimore Day 1 once again showed how interactions between members can make a massive concert feel more personal. Not everything needs to be perfect. Not everything needs to be planned. Sometimes, it is the spontaneous moments that make fans feel closest to the artists they admire. And in the end, Baltimore Day 1 was about more than one moment. It wasn't only about Jimin. It wasn't only about Jungkook. And it wasn't simply about one interaction on stage. It was another chapter in BTS's ongoing journey. A journey that has taken them across countless stages, cities, and generations of fans. And in the middle of all that spectacle, simple moments like Jimin and Jungkook smiling, joking, reacting, or standing close together can remind fans of something very simple. Behind the massive stage, behind the lights, behind thousands of screaming fans, there are 7 people who have grown and walked through so many chapters together. And moments like these are what can make that journey feel personal. Baltimore Day 1 eventually came to an end. The stage lights went dark. The audience eventually left the venue. But those moments between Jimin and Jungkook continued to live through videos, photographs, and the memories of ARMY. And perhaps that is why fans never seem to get tired of watching them again. Because sometimes, the simplest moments become the ones that are hardest to forget. So, out of all the Jimin and Jungkook moments from BTS Baltimore Day 1, which one made you smile the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed these moments, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more BTS updates and memorable moments. Heartwarming.